For it is written that Abraham had two sons, the one by a bondmaid, the other by a free woman. But he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he of the free woman was by promise, which things are an allegory, for these are the two covenants, the one from the Mount Sinai, which gendereth to bondage, which is Agar. For this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia. Now that we have discussed the Euphrates River, the Hittite River, and the Gihon River, let's continue on with the Pison River. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 2, and it reads, the name of the first is the Pison River, that is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. And Pison, or Pishon, means to increase, one of the four rivers used to describe the location of the Garden of Eden. You see that? Now, let's look at that word, Havilah. And it means Havilah, circle, part of Eden, which flowed through River Pison. Araxes, which was probably the Grecian Caucasus in the northeast corner of Asia Minor, near the Caspian Sea. A district in Arabia of the Ishmaelites, named from the second son of Cush, probably the district of Kulan in the northwestern part of Yemen. You see that? Yemen. So this particular river runs through Asia Minor, near the Caspian Sea, and parts of northwestern Yemen. Let's look at a map here of the Pison River. Now, I chose this particular map because it coincides with what the Bible is saying. Remember, we talked about Cush and the Ethiopians at the Gihon River. You see that? Well, Havilah is right there near Cush, and there is the Pison River, just like the Bible describes. Now, what's going on in those areas? It has to do with Ishmael or the Ishmaelites and the Sabians, the Yemenis. Now, keep in mind, some of those are the same people. But, there's the issue with Solomon and Queen of Sheba, and they're the descendants, and their descendants there as well. What's going on right there at the Egyptian Sea and the Red Sea there? There's a war going on. Why? Because the children of Israel are going to enter at the tongue of the Egyptian Sea, Isaiah the 11th chapter, and the Most High is going to smite it 7 ways. You see that? And this is the reason why they are culminating in these areas. And there's going to be a judgment. Not only that, Yemen also was hand in hand in the Hebrew Israelites, our captivity as well. You see what's on the other side there? Arabia. You see that? All of these areas are getting judged and are going to receive a final judgment. You see that? Psalms 83 also speaks about the Ishmaelites. They are also confederate. You see that? There's going to be a judgment here. Ethiopians, the Cushites, Ishmaelites. You see that? Now, it also stated that it runs through the Caspian Sea. Let's have a look at a map of the Caspian Sea here. As you can see here, I chose this map because it correlates with the Bible, with Caucasus. As you can see, what's to the south of Caucasus? You see that? You have the Medes. You see that? So, every part of these rivers are associated with the judgment of certain nations, but it has to do
with the Medes, because the Most High is going to stir up the Medes against Babylon. You see that? Now, let's look at that definition on Wikipedia concerning the Caspian Sea. It states that the Caspian Sea is the world's largest inland body of water, variously classed as the world's largest lake or a full-fledged sea. It says is located and outflows of Europe, Asia, Caucasus Mountains. You see that? Central Asia. Let's see. It's bounded by Kazakhstan, Russia, Azerbaijan, Iran, and Turkmenistan. See all these areas? Now, these areas are mainly Japhetic areas that are inhabited. But Russia, is mainly of that of Edomite ancestry. But you have some Japhetic nations that are mixed in with Russia. Remember, the Most High showed me twice. It was Russia that will strike Chicago. Whether they do this purposely or the Most High has his hand in it, either way, it's not my job to determine how and why they're going to do it. The Bible tells you nation against nation. Whether it's deceptive or not, that's not my job to know. I just know he showed me Russia twice. So it has to do with the Medes being stirred up in this area. It also has to do with the judgment of the Hamitic descendants, Ethiopia, along with Yemen down in those areas. Now, remember, we talked about Eridanus and the map here. You see, it has all of these rivers. The Pison is here. The Gihon. The Euphrates is here. You see that? And the Tigris. All of them are here. All of them are located in this particular diagram in the heavens. So Orion is shooting its bow at the Pison River as well. This is very simple. The Pison River has to do with the judgment concerning the Medes near the Caspian Sea. It also has to do with the surrounding areas concerning the Japhetic nations and also Russia, mainly Europe or mainly European descent. The Edomites there as well, along with Japhetic nations. See, it's going to be an assembly of nations. The Most High is going to muster up this battle here, and he has done so. So it's already written in the heavens. This concerns the Pison River concerning Edomites, Ishmaelites, and the Hamites. Remember, Ishmael has his hand bloody as well. He's a wild man, like the Bible states, and he's down there confederate against the children of Israel in Yemen as well. So, and he had a hand in our slavery. And none of these nations will escape Orion's bow aimed at the Pison River.